Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of the Iceberg Lounge. I'm your host Thomas Single, and on today's show we're going to be talking about a couple U.S. Marshal operations that could possibly be tied back to Jeffrey Epstein. But first, let us take a break and then we'll get on with the rest of the show. Hey, this is Thomas Single from the Iceberg Lounge, and I'm here to talk to you today about Anchor, the easiest way to make a podcast. Anchor gives you everything you need in one place, and guess what? It's absolutely free, which you can use right from your cell phone or computer just like I do. They even have creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast so it sounds amazing. They'll even distribute your podcast for you. You don't even have to do it yourself. So it can be heard everywhere, from Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and many more. You can even make money from your podcast with minimum listenership. So why don't you download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Welcome back. So let's get into the episode for today. Today, we're going to be talking about two U.S. Marshal operations. The first one will be Operation Not Forgotten, and the second one will be Operation, I believe, Safety Net. Let me make sure. But before that, let's go into who I think could be behind these two massive operations that have rescued a good amount of children. As we know, a close ally, really a companion of Jeffrey Epstein, is Miss Maxwell. That's what I'm going to call her because I can't pronounce her first name. Who was arrested this year at age 58 on July the 2nd. She was charged in a 6-count indictment alleging that she conspired with Mr. Epstein in a multi-state sex trafficking scheme involving 3 unnamed minor victims between 1994 and 1997. Now, as we know, Mr. Epstein was also arrested but found in his cell, apparently dying by suicide, but most people feel that Epstein didn't kill himself. So, let's go into this first operation that happened in Georgia in the United States. This is from CNN.com. U.S. Marshals find 39 missing children in Georgia during Operation Not Forgotten. So, from what it says here, the authorities found 39 missing children during a 2-week effort to rescue endangered minors. The operation resulted in the rescue of 26 children and found safe location of 13 others. But here's the thing when it comes to this operation. During the operation, authorities arrested 9 people. They cleared 26 warrants and filed additional charges for alleged crimes related to sex trafficking, parental kidnapping, registered sex offender violations, drugs and weapon possession, and custodial interference. And some of the children were believed to be victims of child sex trafficking, child exploitation, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and medical or mental health conditions. And then others were missing and located at the request of law enforcement to make sure they weren't in danger. The range of this operation of the ages of the children were 3 to 17. And so, if we go to look into this, as you can see, not all of them, but some of them, as we can see, were believed to be child sex trafficked, exploited, abused. And we can move on to the second operation, which was, I believe, Operation Safety Net. Let me look just to make sure. Yeah, Operation Safety Net. All right. So, the first story of this came out on CNN August 29th. Miss Maxwell was arrested July the 2nd. Alright. Moving on to the second operation. Once it loads up, we can see that this happened, if I remember the date right, it was September 22nd, so a little less than a month later. We see that there's another operation called Safety Net. But this time it was over a month period of time as part of an investigation into 40 missing children cases. And it was happening in the Ohio area. Nearly 36 missing Ohio children have been found. And the ages of these children are 13 to 18. So in the teenage range, whereas the last time it was going into toddler age. So just over 20% of these cases were cases tied to human trafficking. And the children were found in cities, Cleveland, Akron, Columbus, and even some apparently in Miami, Florida. So that adds another state. And so they're still hunting for 5 more children, which range from 15 to 17 years old. So they're still looking for 5 more. But I just find it interesting the time of these 2 operations in conjunction with Miss Maxwell's arrest. Now, I'm going to be straightforward. I have no evidence proving that these can be connected back to Maxwell and hence being connected back to Epstein. This is just a personal theory. But could it be that Miss Maxwell is talking to authorities and giving up possibly some of her connections that she had, that she would use to gain these children to take back to Mr. Epstein's island? Because we have 3 states right now involved in this, in these 2 operations. We have Georgia, we have Ohio, and we have Florida. Obviously, Georgia and Florida are close to each other, and Ohio's a little bit out there. But could she have told the authorities who have her some information that led to them calling in the U.S. Marshals to rescue these children, or what was left of these children? To rescue them from this situation, to maybe try to help her sentence a little bit. Because honestly, at this point, I'm still surprised she's still alive. I would have thought that she would have been dead by now, in some sort of fashion. But I just find it interesting that in less than a month of each other, we have 35, 39, so 30, 30, 60, 9, 5. Let's get our calculator out. So, not saying that necessarily, because as we've seen in the stories, not all of these were related to the charges that Miss Maxwell and Mr. Epstein were charged with. But the information that she lended could have helped these other children as well. So, we have, 39 here in Operation Not Forgotten. Plus, was it 35? Yeah, 35 in Operation Safety Net. Alright, let's do that again, because somehow it gave me a weird answer. So you have 39 plus 35. 74 kids in less than a month of these operations were saved. Almost 100 children. And I'm very happy that the U.S. Marshals have done this, and have saved these children from further harm and further pain that they had to go through. And hopefully they can give these children the help that they need to move on from this and to grow up into productive American citizens. But go ahead and y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Do you think these two operations are connected to Maxwell and Epstein? Do you think that she is talking right now, and that's why we're having these U.S. Marshal operations happening all over the country? Leave a comment, send an email, or leave us a voicemail on Anchor. Share this podcast. Thank you for listening, subscribing, following, sharing, all that. And yeah, I will see you on the next episode of the Iceberg Lounge. And always remember, all to God.